Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're at this really cool mine site right here. It's got a ball mill, a blacksmith shop, and some old cabins, and a mine. We're going to be checking this property out. It's really cool. It seems to be in pretty decent shape. We're out here, it's about 89, 90 degrees. Not too bad in the shade right here. Found a nice place to sit down after hiking in. So we're gonna give this place a exploration and check it out. It's gonna be pretty cool. Let's get this adventure started. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, so it should be a pretty good video. But we're gonna start with checking this one out right here. I mean, it's a nice place you can come visit. I mean, there are places to sit down and get out of the sun. But here's the cabin. It said there were about 4 cabins at this place. I'm not 100% sure. So we are standing in the kitchen right here. This is interesting. You got an old horse statue, pots and pans. So this must have been one of the miners, the residence for the miners when they were here. So these cabins were occupied well after the mine shut down, and that's why they're in such good shape. So people were living here after these mines shut down. There's a lot of stuff here. Maple syrup, coffee cans. They're saving all their bottles over there. They're saving their cans over there. Kitchenware, forks, knives, and spoons. It's all still here. Wow. I wonder how long these cabins were occupied for. Some awesome stuff. They had a wood-fired stove here, and all the wood they would put into it was right in this pile right here. Stove. Washington Stove Works, Everett, Washington. There's something down there. So the wood would go right here. They'll put the wood in like this, close it, light it, and your ashes would go in here. And when this got full, they would empty it out. And here's your stovetop, obviously. You can remove it. I'm not sure what that was. It was part of the stove. So you had these piping would sit right here and we'll go up out of there. So not only were you able to cook your food, this also kept the place warm on those cold desert nights. Pretty cool. Some sort of desk over here. Well, this is sort of new. Interesting. Some sort of phone card. I'm not sure what that's for over there. A sitting chair right here. There's the cushion for it over there. Volume 14, History of the United States. That's cool. They had a whole collection of them right there. Volume 10, Volume 7. What's this? This person liked their history. An old ice cream tub. $1978. What's this here? Ah, a filter. Something on mine here. An engine filter. Oil filter. October 1984. Interesting. And this must have been a bedroom right here. I'm not seeing a bathroom in this cabin, so there might have been one central bathroom for all the people living here. Yeah, roof has definitely seen better days. This cabin's not in terrible shape. I could definitely see it being preserved. They just have to put a new roof over it. A lot of the tin is missing. So this thing didn't really have much insulation back then. So thank God they had that wood-fired stove over there. Looks like a bottle of Gatorade, but it's not. Alright, let's see what else we got around here. This is interesting. A little pen of sorts. Wonder what this was for. It might have just a little sitting porch, I guess, perhaps. You got some books over there. Let's see if we can see what they were. Indian architecture. Encyclopedia Britannica. This person loved to read, obviously. It's a shame they're sitting out like this. They should have been inside. I mean, for all we know, they could have had a little dog in here that would run around, and they put the chicken wire here to keep them in one area. Little area to little tabletop right here. That's my iced tea there. That wasn't with the place. So yeah, so there's the other cabin we'll check out on the way out. Let's give this one a check real quick, and then we'll start heading on to more of the mining operations. Looks like there was a section of roof here. It fell down from over there. Oh, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Don't want anyone tripping on this glass. That would be a very bad day. All right. A lot of these probably whiskey bottles, alcohol bottles. This miner sure loved to drink. 1 gallon. And this must have been the bathroom. Maybe? I'm not seeing anything that would point to. I'm not seeing any piping or anything. Interesting. Small little cabin. Said there were 4 cabins on site. We got 1, 2, and then the third one down over there. Actually, let's get all these cabins out of the way and check them all first, and then we'll start looking at this mine stuff here. Got some assortment of wood, a little trailer here. And here's your other cabin. This one was a little bigger than that one over there. With the warmer weather, we're starting to get snakes coming out, so it is important to look where you're stepping out here. Well, this is a very short, low-hanging porch. Over there. Oh, we got a stove. A little more modern than that wood-fired one we saw back in that other cabin. Screen door, stool. I haven't seen one of those stools in a while. They're the little ones that have wheels on them. You'd step on them and they wouldn't roll anymore. Okay, here's the next cabin here. Okay, picture book. No pictures in here. A newspaper clipping. Air pump. Oh, air powered plunger. I've never seen one of those before. That's pretty cool. Hole puncher. Little binder. Plunger. Ah, here's a nice classic stove right here. Oven, I'm sorry. Oh no, this was a stove. Okay. Stove and oven together. Gas powered. I wonder what brand this is. This side is not open. This is probably the oven side if I could take a guess. Yeah. And we heat up like that, I'm assuming. Cool. Bunch of newspapers. I'm assuming if this is anything like the other cabin, it's the same date range. Oh, 2013. Okay, and what do we got here? Oh, well, I don't know if I can show this on YouTube here. Yeah, I can't share that on YouTube. I'll have to blur it out. Oh, wow. Would you look at this? There's more of it right there. Well, now you know what the miners are doing on their spare time. Okay. Wow, look at this mirror. That's very cool. More books. Yellow pages. Yeah, I remember when I would get these in the mail. Back when I was a kid, I would see them. So I'm assuming people were living here up until into the 90s. If I could take a guess. But I love this mirror. It is awesome. This whole thing, I would love to restore it. Another desk. Very cool. Got some propane fuel. Alright, we're gonna head on and start checking out those mine buildings. Okay. Got some more stoves and kitchen appliances over here. Another one over there. Now I'm assuming this one was the blacksmith shop. Or maybe it was the garage. Film splicer. That's pretty cool. Some belts and door hinges and things of the sorts. There's a gasket over there for an engine. Welding helmet. Nails for days around here. Springs, wheels. Gasoline. Now, guys, this place does say it is on camera, so if you're thinking of coming in here with any bad ideas, definitely don't do that. This is in a protected part of the state right here. Spark plugs. Now this area right here is where you're gonna find your snakes hiding in a little corner, so you always gotta be careful. Part of a cactus over there. Shell. Linseed oil. I'm not too sure what these are. Some solution is in here. There's nothing on here to indicate what it was. I don't think it's a good idea to do the sniff test on those. Old suitcase right there. More belts, rope, a mirror, a tarp. Looks like bags of concrete. More little odds and ends. Pipe fittings. Very cool little area. This is probably your garage area. Okay. Got a truck bed, got some drums, another refrigerator. I'm seeing them all over the place around here. Hoses. This is probably where they were doing their cutting and bending their pipes at right here. This would clamp it down. They would bend them, they would cut them, they would put them together. I think. I might be wrong. We got a little 5-cylinder motor over there. These are cool. Now this is awesome right here. This must be your, this is the main attraction of this place right here. My GoPro is running low on batteries. I forgot to charge it the night before, so I might have to switch to using my phone. Let's see if we can get up here without killing ourselves. Rickety old staircase. Okay. There's some sort of liquid and air is coming out. We got a pump here. Split phase jet pump motor. Film reels. Oh, well, that staircase is collapsed. I guess we're gonna have to stand on top of this to get up there. Okay. Here's your interesting stuff over here. Wow. We got this big motor right here. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. Still got his belt on it. Imperial, oh, this is a diesel. Imperial Diesel Engine Company, made in the USA. Wow. Let's go on the other side and have a better look at that. That's incredible. Here's the serial. Kind of hard to make it out. 5 intake opens, 10 air start opens, 5 BBC closes, blah 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 blah. Spray. That's pretty cool. I would have loved to hear what this thing sounded like when it was back up in operation and working back in the day. Good old diesel motor. And we have more stuff over here. Gardner, Denver. Drain something. Suction, so this is the big pump. So your drain somewhere down there, and your suction, yeah, that's a giant pump. That's cool. And your discharge. This place is just like a museum almost. This is so cool. A 6-cylinder motor. This is like more of like a generator for that over there. I bet you this thing would still run. Fuel filter. I mean, everything is still attached. Distributor wires are still intact. Alternator is still there. Wow. Your starter is still there. And here's your big boy right over here. This one still has the belts on it. So this motor is generating this whole thing over here. And before I look at that, I didn't even notice this. This goes all the way. Look at those big wheels over there. That's insane. I wonder what that was for. All along there. There's a catwalk up there and everything. I'm just at awe here. Speechless. There's just so much cool stuff here. This is incredible. This is really incredible. So this must have been where your ball mill was. Any snakes in here? Here's one of the balls for your ball mill. It's pretty cool. There's a smaller batch of them right here. So this must have been the ball mill inside this, all this right here. And this is an ore bin right here, right there. They literally just turned it off right there with all that stuff still in it on the belt. Then that will go down into here. And then that would, trying to see where it will go from there. I can't really tell. It will go somewhere. Maybe up here. There's a chute right here. This would move in some degree. Looks like it will go around. That would turn, and then this thing will go up and down. I wonder where they would put those balls. And then that was something different. That provided, you got pipes running all over the place for it. It might have been for your water. It might have controlled the water pressure or something. Wow. That's cool right there. Here's your machine shop. Belts everywhere. They would always need those out here. That's how they relied on their machines to keep turning. Got some welding rod, bolts and nuts, some fittings. That is awesome. Spark plugs. Got your spark plugs. I would assume that's the scrap pile. I can't tell what's behind there. It looks like just storage. A bunch of tapes. Nothing too crazy in there. Is that a water ski? Huh. Interesting. Alright. So now we're hiking up here towards some of the actual mine workings here. Okay, so here are ore cart tracks coming out. Then they would dump the ore into this thing, and then it would go into this ball mill. Yeah, we get dumped down to that chute. And remember where we saw the ore down there? That whole thing's probably all plugged up. There's some homemade grizzly bars that would separate the larger rocks from the smaller rocks. It wouldn't allow the larger rocks to fall through. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah. Awesome. And then over here, I think you have your blacksmith shop right here. So we're going to check that out. The ore cart tracks also go out over here and then they stop. But you can tell where they used to go out. Probably used to go all the way out to here. Yeah, you can see right here. That thing got separated in half. Yeah, so this is probably where they were just dumping the waste rock right here. Dumping it off there, and then the fine material will go into the hopper over there, down the chute, and into the mill. Concrete pad down there. Wow. And yeah, like I said, here's your blacksmith shop over here. There's a water tank over there. So I'm pretty sure, like I just said, this was the blacksmith shop. I'm just taking a guess here, but it said there was one on the property. And we're just going to have to go ahead and take a guess and say, okay, well, this is probably where it was. And here's your evidence right here. They would make it really hot, and then they would fix their tools and all and whatever they needed over there. Actually looks like something that I saw in the mine I just did with that old mill. Saw the same exact looking thing. There's not much in this one. They actually built it into the side of the wall. Rock face right there. Very cool. Well, this thing's about to die. We're going to switch over to my phone for the mine exploration. Okay, well, we're just inside the portal here. We're going to check this thing out and see how far back it goes. It actually looks like they put like cement here at one point. I've never seen that before. And they actually put cement down here. Built some shelves into the side of the rock face right there. Ore cart tracks just go down. I'm feeling some nice cool air. Super nice. All right. We got an ore chute right here. I like this little. Usually these are all made out of wood. These supports. But this is all metal. This will be lasting quite a while. So they put this here to block the ore chute. Everything was collapsed down there. They didn't want all this, I guess, spilling down onto the track. So they put that like that. Yeah, it's a lot of weight sitting on that thing right now. You can see it's starting to split over there. Okay, continuing. I have a feeling this mine's not going to be that extensive. It's a smaller ball mill setup, so. Oh, nice. Looks like a more cart. Yeah, the wheels are long gone. This thing probably had a dumping mechanism. Here's your back. Here's your back right there. You dump. Where's the front axle on this thing? I'd like to know. Oh, here's your dumping mechanism right here. The dump. Let's see. It's not. Oh, it doesn't want to dump right now. Let's see why. Oh, I see. There's a foot. Oh, I see. There's a foot thing. But it's not. It's not. Let's see if we can get it to unlock here. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. This one was probably, there might have been connected to another one with a chain, because there's no front wheels on this thing. That's sweet. So they would operate it by foot, it looks like. And this would come back down. And lock in like that. That's cool. Almost like a little ore cart trailer. Something like that. There might have been another one connected. Maybe there's a shaft down here. Oh, I don't know. That's interesting. It stops right down over there. And I don't want to step into all that in there. Alright, we're going to go to the left now. Well, there's a pipe running here. I can actually kind of see beyond this. It doesn't go down that far. Interesting. Got a ladder right here. Another ore chute. Okay. Wow, look at this. Okay. I'm gonna stick to the right. This might have been a powder magazine. I might have stored their stuff back here. Usually that's why they have a door like this. And nothing. There was stuff there at one point. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down this way. Oh yeah, they're mining up in there. There you got your drill holes right there. Sorry for seeing a shadow from my hand in the phone, but the GoPro basically ran out of batteries, and so I'm using my phone. I mean, this is how I started out before I got my GoPro, so I'm kind of going back to basics here. That's a cot right there. That's pretty cool. It's an old cot. I like that. Okay. Another drill hole right there. What's this we got here? Looks like we might have a stope going up there. Yeah. Going all the way up over there. Got a platform. The miners are probably working on that. I'm not seeing a ladder or anything. I wonder what that. Okay, continuing on. It's a nice dry mine, I love it. Okay. That's gonna be it for this mine. not a lot. I did see some higher workings, but I'm going to go ahead and assume they were just little prospects because the waste rock piles did not look that big. So, small scale operation, smaller ball mill. Pretty cool though, very, very well preserved. Incredibly well preserved. So we're going to head back to the portal. Then head back down to the cabin. But this is absolutely incredible. This whole property, I mean, the mine's not that extensive, but that little ore cart was pretty cool. And the buildings, the mill especially, is insane. Now, I'm not sure what was mined here. I forgot. I think I read it online, but I will have to put that in the title or something when I make the video. And a picture of this cot right here. Cool. With these phones, I'm kind of old school. I didn't realize you can take a picture while you're recording. With these Androids, it's pretty cool. Saw that already. Looking down at this ore chute and back to the main part of the mine right here. So there could have been a small little level. I do see some wood up there and everything, but I'm not seeing any ladders to go up there. But I mean, the town was the main attraction. The mine's kind of a little bonus. I really came to see the town, but you know, that ore cart, man. Even though there are no wheels on it, it's still pretty cool. Alright, heading back towards the portal. Well, that's going to be the end of this exploration. This place was absolutely incredible. It had, like, everything left behind. You know, the ball mill, the cabins, the little ore cart in the mine. This is truly a museum mine, and it should be protected at all costs. This is in a really cool part of Arizona, and I had a fun time exploring it. It was a nice drive out here. Yeah, sure, it's a little hot today, but it's not bad. It could be worse. Try coming here in June or July when it's over 100 degrees. So today was actually the perfect day to make a trip like this. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm really looking forward to having you guys watch this video. It's going to be coming out on Monday. But thank you for watching, guys. Take care. We'll see you in the next adventure.